Hey guys! Halloween is coming up any day now, so I thought it would be fun to celebrate. Let's get in the spooky holiday spirit with some new Pokemon. I've created some new regional forms for Pokemon with some eerie inspirations. So let's take a look at new Halloween themed regional Pokemon. There are so many different characters and motifs associated with Halloween. Two of them that are linked are bats and vampires. Our first regional form will take inspiration from them. Introducing our Halloween regional form of Impidimp. In many depictions of vampires, we can see them turning into a bat or a whole swarm of bats. This Impidimp is made to represent this. Galarian Impidimp has a sprout of hair that resembles a single bat wing, but this form has two that can easily be seen on either side of its head, kind of like pigtails. These two hair wings allow Impidimp to fly in the air. Trainers who stumble upon these Impidimp in the wild are always met with a rough time. This Pokemon will harass trainers on both the ground and in the air. Groups of them will gather together and flutter around trainers' heads while taunting them. They will only retreat if called back by a Grimmsnarl that leads their group. The mask on its face has changed to look more like a bat itself. They retain their dark typing, but change from being part fairy type to part flying type. When our Impidimp evolves, it becomes Morgrem. They're starting to look more like a traditional vampire, but they still retain some strong bat elements to their design. Its hair is longer and fuller than Galarian Morgrem. The section of hair in the middle is longer than the rest, vaguely resembling a bat's tail. The rest of its long black hair spreads out. This Morgrem can grab onto their hair to make the hair look like wings or a cloak. The hair is even durable enough for this Morgrem to fly when it is held out like this. It also has two long red bang pieces that always cover one of their eyes. Back when I was a teenager, having colored streaks in your hair or colored hair clip-ins was considered very cool, especially if you were the type of kid that liked to shop at Hot Topic. I thought this was very fitting for Morgrem, since the Galarian one has a Pokedex entry that says that trainers with gloomy thoughts are drawn to this Pokemon. These bang pieces tie together to look like a red bow. It has purple markings under its eyes to look like it's always sleep-deprived, as well as on its chest to resemble a vest. And now the final evolution, Grimmsnarl. This Pokemon has gone full-on vampire now as a Grimmsnarl. It can call on Impidimp and Morgrem to do its bidding, acting as a dubious leader. Our new regional Impidimp in particular like to stay close to their Grimmsnarl leader. They will flutter around Grimmsnarl's head and keep a close eye on their surroundings. Grimmsnarl's hair has now consumed most of its body. It's gotten so long that it has spread out to look like a full-on cloak. The red streaks from Morgrem's hair have changed so that only the underside of the hair is red, giving Grimmsnarl the peekaboo hairstyle. The hair on its legs also look like they have thin dyed streaks in purple, making them look like pinstripe pants. They are still able to fly in the air, with their hair billowing behind them, and are even said to float in midair. Like Galarian Grimmsnarl, this form is also found deep inside of wooded areas. Some trainers believe that you can only find Grimmsnarl in locations like this, because they are sensitive to light, just like real-life vampires. Others claim that they are sensitive to light, but are protected by the hair around their bodies, which they can use to cover any exposed area of skin. Or maybe these are all just speculations. Our next two regional forms are inspired by witches, cauldrons, and magic. Up first is our new Sinistea. It's inspired by magic potions and is a ghost poison type. It's said that a curious wandering spirit once stumbled upon a witch's home. While they were examining the witch's bottles, they were suddenly trapped inside one of the potion bottles with a cork stopper. When they realized they couldn't escape, they accepted their fate and fully embraced their situation, possessing the potion bottle itself. The swirling patterns around the Galarian Sinestea's eyes are now changed to resemble flames, which will make more sense when we get to the evolution. Just like the original Sinistea, the oozy green body inside of the bottle is a weak spot. If a trainer or other Pokemon can get their hands on the bottle and shake it, the Sinistea will become dizzy and confused. Rather than having counterfeit and authentic forms, this Pokemon instead comes in two different colors. The green variation is the most common, while the purple is far more rare. It's believed that their coloration is determined based on what type of spell the potion the spirit was trapped inside of was created for. If the item Spooky Cauldron is used on this regional Sinistea, it will evolve into this new regional Polteageist. It is now a combination of a cauldron, potions filling the cauldron, and a witch. It wears the lid of the cauldron as a hat that vaguely resembles a pointed witch's hat. This Pokemon can often be seen wielding a long pole that it uses to stir the cauldron. Since the Pokemon is used to its body getting mixed up now, It's immune to being dizzy and confused by other Pokemon. Fire appears to be scorching the bottom of its cauldron vessel, though it's a fire made from spiritual ghostly energy and not true flames. The body comes in 2 different colors. Some have claimed that these different forms have distinct personalities. They say that the green form is helpful to all and enjoys the company of strangers, while the purple form is wary of those it doesn't know and is likely to pull a trick on them in order to get away. Both have a new signature ghost-type move called Tricky Spell that can leave the opposing Pokemon poisoned or with a burn. Our last 2 regional forms are inspired by black cats. As someone who has a fondness for black cats, this was a must for me in this video. I decided to give Skitty this new regional form, while Meowth is often chosen to get the black cat treatment by fake mon artists. I thought it would be neat to give Skitty some love and attention, since Meowth has already gotten 2 regional forms itself. This Skitty has ears that are sharp and curved inward to resemble devil horns. One of the reasons some cultures consider black cats to be unlucky was because of the myth that the devil could disguise themselves as a black cat. That's why the superstition of a black cat crossing your path exists, because for some, it means that you're actually running into the devil. The 3 balls at the end of Skitty's tail have also been changed to jingle bells. In French Lick, Indiana, there was a law that black cats had to wear bell collars on Friday the 13th. I'm guessing so that people could hear the cat and stay away from them. Superstitious trainers are fearful of this regional form of Skitty, and will hurry off if they hear the jingle bells that might be coming from the Pokemon's tail. This is a shame, because this form of Skitty is incredibly friendly and loving to trainers. It's a contrast in personality with the Skitty from Hoenn, which is difficult to have its trust earned. And finally, our regional Skitty evolves into this new Dark-type Delcatty. The devil inspiration is more pronounced with this Pokemon, though every Delcatty trainer will tell you that the Pokemon is as sweet as can be. The ears on this Delcatty retain their pointed shape, while the fluffy jingle bell tail of its pre-evolution has transformed to resemble a devil's tail. Delcatty's usual fur collar is spiked now, and resembles 2 folded-in bat wings. The pin-like extensions normally coming off of the fluffy fur collar now float around the Pokemon's neck. This Delcatty has pointy teeth that are always visible, though it will only use them against opposing Pokemon if instructed to use Bite or Crunch in battle. It has a new signature Dark-type move called Red Moon Rising. The red orbs surrounding its neck float above the Pokemon's head and merge together to become a bright red moon that leaves the opposing Pokemon stunned in place, giving Delcatty a chance to emerge from the shadows and strike its target. Like black cats in real life, this Pokemon tends to have a more difficult time finding a companion. Some towns have a special day every year to help find these Delcatty trainers who will love and accept them as they are. Which of these spooky regional Pokemon was your favorite? What Pokemon would you like to see get a regional form in the future? It could be a new spooky regional form or just a general new variant that you'd like to see come to life. Thanks so much for watching, and happy Halloween! Bye!